Hey, super friends. 2025 is about to be one of the most wild years for DC comic book fans because of all of the announcements. These are the 10 books I'm most excited about. Okay, we're going to go in chronological order because it would be too hard for me to rank what my 10 favorite were by order. Coming up first, we have Absolute Batman 0 Year, done by Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo. This will be the third in the series of Absolutes. So we've only had Court of Owls for like years. And then finally this year, they're giving us the Death of the Family, and now we're getting 0 Year. So 0 Year is kind of his origin, I think, kind of trying to one up year one. So it's pretty cool. I love it. But I will say that I don't think I need all of Scott Snyder in Absolute. After 0 Year, maybe I'd take Endgame and then Last Night on Earth, and that's all I need in the Absolute format. But you guys know me, whatever they come out. If they come out with Jim Gordon Batman or Graveyard Shift, an Absolute, I'm going to buy it. So this is going to collect Batman 2011 number 0, issues 21 through 27, 29 through 33, and Batman 0 Year Director's Cut. So it's going to be super oversized, have a beautiful slipcase, and have lots of extras. But I'm just so happy that Court of Owls is no longer going to be an orphan, kind of like how Batman's an orphan. Moving on to number 2, we have Absolute Transmetropolitan Volume 3, which is a reprint, so it's the 2025 edition, and it is releasing February 25th. Now, it is going to be priced at $125, and it's going to contain Transmetropolitan 40 through 60. So, why is that book so special? That book is so special because that will be the final Absolute edition that I don't own. When that gets reprinted, I will have completed my collection goal of owning every Absolute edition, and I can't wait. Now, I don't want to get into the politics of Warren Ellis. I just want to say that I've heard amazing things, but I'm about the book, and I'm waiting until I have all 3 Absolutes to dive in because I do want to read it. Now, what I'll say is I hope we get an omnibus of Transmetropolitan someday or something a non-absolute because, people, not everyone likes absolutes, but for me, I cannot wait to finally complete my set, and I'm very excited for that. Coming up at number 3, we have Batman by James Tynion IV, Omnibus Volume 1. Yeah, we are getting this omnibus before Tom King because DC just wants to watch you cry. So this omnibus is coming out March 4th, and it is a cover price of $125. Now, should you pay that? No, go to Organic Price Books, where the book will probably be 40 or 45% off, and you can save $2 with the code Braveboys. Or if you're buying 4 or more books, you can save 5% with the code Braveboys, Don't pay cover price unless you're supporting your LCS. The issues that this is going to collect are Batman issues number 86 through 100, Red Hood and the Outlaws number 48, Detective Comics 1020 through 1026, Catwoman number 25, Batman Secret Files number 3, The Joker 80th Anniversary 100-page Super Spectacular number 1, and stories from Batman Volume 1, Their Dark Designs, and Batman the Joker Warzone 1. So this is just a Tynion Batman Omnibus, first half of it, but it is also just a giant Joker War Omnibus. So I'm excited because I only own the standard size hardcovers. I didn't read all of the Joker War tie-ins. Did I love Joker War? I mean, it happened and it was okay, but it wasn't my favorite. I think the Joker's a little overdone, and I'm glad that after that arc, they used other more unique villains. Now, Tynion's Batman, to me, was a refreshing breath of fresh life after Tom King. I love Tom King Batman, but it was also nice to get something other than Bat, Cat, break your damn back. And, that was just fun. So their Dark Design is the first arc, and basically the Catwoman, the Joker, and the Penguin went to this guy that said, I'll make your wildest dreams come true, but I'll ask for a price later on. And through these several issues and arcs, you get a fundamental change of the Batman status quo, and it's just a great story. Now, do I want it more than a Tom King Batman Omnibus? No, but I'm happy we're getting it. Let's move on to number 4. Number 4 is going to be a blind buy for me, and that is the Deadman Omnibus 2025 reprint. So that is coming out March 11th, and it has a cover price of $125. Now, bear with me, this collects a lot, so you know what? Just skip ahead. But it collects Strange Adventures number 205 through 216, The Brave and the Bold, number 79, 86, 104, 133, Aquaman 50 through 52, Challengers of the Unknown number 74, and 84 through 87. Justice League of America number 94, World's Finest 39 through 41, Superman Family 183, DC Superstars number 18, DC Special Series number 8, Adventure Comics 459 through 466, DC Comics Presents number 94, Detective Comics number 500, Deadman 1 through 4, and Secret Origins number 15. I know that's a lot, but Deadman is going to tell the story of Boston Brand. Boston Brand is a ghost who has this awesome red outfit. It almost kind of looks like Nightwing's outfit a little bit, but red. And he has the ability to possess people for a short period of time. And basically, he tries to figure out who murders him in each issue. So it's awesome. Now, not a huge fan of vintage comics like this normally, but for some reason, when it's a vintage spooky comic, I love it because it just feels like you're watching this old school horror movie. So I want to get this one. I'm also looking forward to the Spectre, so then I'll have those with Phantom Stranger, and that's kind of like the spooky retro DC Omnibus trilogy. Number 5 is a book I already own that has been out of print for an incredibly long time, and when I finally bought what was supposed to be a new copy, it was as disheveled and stolen from a library as you see here, but this is going to be the Absolute Promethea Book 1 2025 reprint. Now, Promethea is amazing. Everyone should read it. It's an awesome book. So the cover price is $100, which is great because they easily could have charged $125, and it's going to collect Promethea 1 through 12. It's going to tell the story of Sophie Bang as she becomes the next iteration of the hero Promethea, the goddess of stories. And it starts out kind of like an adventure comic, and then by the third Absolute, it's like a weird spiritual enlightenment manifesto of how to map the heavens. So it's just Alan Moore being the most Alan Moore occult self that you want, and J.H. Williams III drawing mind-bending art like nothing you've ever seen. And I've never been one of those collectors that say, if I paid out-of-print prices for a book, I hope it doesn't get reprinted. I'm glad everyone can finally experience one of the most gorgeous absolutes of all time. So that does come out March 25th. Coming in at number 6 is a book I am so mad they're getting me to double dip on, and that is Justice League by Scott Snyder and James Tynion IV, Omnibus Volume 1. It is going to come out April 8th, and it is going to be $125. So this collects Aquaman 41 through 42, Teen Titans number 28, Justice League No Justice 1 through 4, which is the huge one because No Justice has never been collected in an oversized format. It's going to collect Justice League 1 through 25, Justice League Annual number 1, Justice League Aquaman Drowned Earth Special number 1, Aquaman Justice League Drowned Earth Special number 1, and the Batman Who Laughs 1 through 7. I think it's awesome that they're including No Justice. It's awesome that they're including the Batman Who Laughs, but I wish they had included the one issue of the Grim Knight. That would have just completely made it. So basically, this is going to replace my 3 deluxe editions of the Justice League. It's going to replace my deluxe edition of the Batman Who Laughs, which, yes, I famously bought 5 copies of, and you can watch that here. And it's going to replace my trade paperback of No Justice. So this is going to be the post-metal reboot of the Justice League. They battle the Legion of Doom and ultimately this huge bad guy named Perpetua. It's great to read in between Dark Knight's metal and death metal, and it is going to be an omnibus that everyone should read. And yes, I'll probably do a giveaway when it comes out for my deluxe editions. Now moving on to number 7 is going to be Nightwing Rebirth Omnibus. Now, if you're new to comics and you want to see my favorite Nightwing comics of all time, you can watch that video here. But Nightwing Rebirth was one of 3 Nightwing omnibuses that they have announced. So the only reason I'm picking Nightwing Rebirth is because they haven't given us all the information for Tom Taylor's Nightwing run yet. But this omnibus is coming out April 22nd at a cover price of $125. It's going to include Nightwing Rebirth number 1 and Nightwing number 1 through 43. So it's going to be Tom Seeley's run on Nightwing, which is going to be post Grayson and bring you back to the Nightwing proper. So stuff's like Better Than Batman, and he's going to battle Blockbuster, and it's just going to be the Nightwing that you want. And I'm very happy for it that it's not including any Rick Grayson stuff. So I never need the big Rick omnibus. Hopefully that never comes. But I love Nightwing, and I can't believe we're going from me having no Nightwing omnibus till next year I'll have 3. So number 8 might be the book I'm most excited for in the whole world, and it is a deluxe edition of Superman Up in the Sky. So Superman Up in the Sky Deluxe Edition is coming out May 13th, and it's a deluxe edition of my favorite Superman story of all time. If you want to see my top 10 list of Superman books, you can watch that here. And it is coming in at $34.99, and it's going to include Up in the Sky 1 through 6. So this started out as stories in the Walmart giant size editions that you would buy at a Walmart, which would have some reprint comics, as well as the Superman story written by Tom King, and there was a Batman one written by Bendis. And Up in the Sky is just my favorite story. It answers the question, how far would Superman go just to save one single person? And the answer is as far as he needs to. In each issue, he's tested in a way that he can't just punch his way out, and it's just an excellent story. Coming at number 9, we have Nightwing, A Night in Bludhaven, Compendium 2. So this is the follow-up of the Chuck Dixon stuff. It's coming out in May 20th. It's a compendium at $59.99. It's going to collect Action Comics 771, Batman Annual 23, Nightwing 26 through 59, Birds of Prey 8, 20 through 21, Nightwing Secret Files 1, and the Nightwing 80-page Giant number 1, and Nightwing the Target number 1. So this is going to continue the Nightwing stuff by Chuck Dixon and Scott McDaniel. Now, I will say the art's been a little hard to get through, and I do kind of wish this was an omnibus, but you know what? I'm voting with my dollar. Chuck Dixon's writing is so amazing, and he really understands the character of Nightwing, so I'm reading it despite the fact that the art is a little overpowering for me. And if we get an omnibus, I can always do a giveaway and give the compendiums away. But you know what? I love compendiums. More people should read them. And lastly, number 10, we have Suicide Squad by John Ostrander, Omnibus Volume 1, that comes out May 20th. It's an omnibus at $125. That's going to include Suicide Squad, the 1987 series 1 through 18, Checkmate number 1 and 8, Manhunter number 1, Justice League International number 13, Secret Origins, Suicide Squad Special number 1, Who's Who, the Definitive Directory of the DC Universe, 3 through 8, 11 through 12, 15 through 18, 20 through 23, and 25, the New Teen Titans number 31, The Fury of Firestorm 62 through 64, Firestorm the Nuclear Man Annual number 5, Who's Who Update 1987 number 1, and 3 through 5, Legends 1 through 6, Millennium number 4, and Who's Who Update 1988 1 through 4. That's a lot of stuff that I've never read. I'm blind buying this. Everyone says this is the OG greatest Suicide Squad run of all time. So you know what? I'm blind buying it. I'm buying into the FOMO, and I will tell you guys if it lives up to the hype. So before we jump into my final thoughts, I want to give a huge shout out to Dom of X. Congratulations for hitting 1,000 subscribers and officially becoming part of the Near Me Condition team. But he also hosts the website Comic Releases. This is where I got all the info from. They do have a Patreon, so if you do give $2, you can make a wish list, and they have every collected edition that's on Penguin Random House that's trackable, and they tell you when it's coming out, what it collects, and you can build your wish list like I did. So if you want to build your own, you can do it for free, or if you want the wish list app that they have, you can pay the $2, which is less than the price of a single issue of a comic book. So go give Dom and Webhead some love. Thank you so much for making this video possible. 2025 is an amazing year. I'm going to have to do so many overviews for OPB because the final total of all of these 10 books is going to cost me $993.98, which is a lot of money. Luckily, I'm hoping to pay less than half of that. So thank you so much. The Discord's linked down below. Our Patreon's linked down below, and keep reading and stay brave.